What is up, guys? My name is Sophia Leone, and welcome back to reading the entirety of Tsukihime. No announcements for the beginning of this one, so let's get into it. Chapter 3, The Black Beast, Part 1. When I come to, it's morning. Maybe the rain stopped. I can't hear it anymore. It seems clouded outside, and the sunlight through the window is dim. Taking a deep breath, I get out of bed. I didn't sleep well last night. Over and over, as I was about to fall asleep, that scene would replay in my mind and keep me awake. A crimson floor, and limbs everywhere. Reason and memory are liabilities at times like these. They force me to remember things I only want to forget. It's just a dream. Why am I so bothered by it? Yes, it's just a dream. I should forget it quickly, without a moment's delay. Knock, knock. Someone knocks on the door. It's past 6 o'clock in the morning. Who could it be this early?
Excuse me. Shiki-sama, are you awake?
Yeah, I've been sleeping since yesterday afternoon, so I'm awake early. So what about you, Hisui? What's happening at this time in the morning? Hisui falls silent. Actually, now that I look carefully, I notice she has my school uniform in her hands. I see. You brought me a change of clothes.
Yes, I am sorry. I have shown you something you do not wish to see.
Hisui keeps silent. What is it I didn't want to see? I don't get it at all. I don't understand, but thanks anyway. Just leave the clothes there. I'll get changed soon and go to the sitting room. Hisui nods in assent.
Very well then. Please excuse me.
Hisui begins walking silently, only to suddenly turn around.
Shiki-sama, if you have the time, I will also prepare a bath for you.
A bath? In the morning?
Yes, you are terribly dirty, Shiki-sama. Would it not be best for you to wash before you go to school?
Hisui asks me with her usual lack of expression in a disinterested voice. Now that she mentions it, I am dirty. I did collapse from anemia in the park yesterday, after all, so it's not unnatural. Yeah, would you mind doing that for me? I'll have time for that before I go to school if it's this early.
I understand. Please come to the bathroom in about 20 minutes.
Hisui sets my uniform down and leaves the room. It's still 6 o'clock in the morning. With nothing to do, I spend the 20 minutes in my room staring at the ceiling. I enter the bath and pour water over my head, which makes me feel a little refreshed. I take a deep breath as the cold water soaks my hair. What a terrible dream. There's gotta be something wrong with me, having a dream where I kill a beautiful woman like that. If just one day of living in an unfamiliar mansion is enough to give me dreams like that, I hate to think what the days ahead are gonna be like. I've really gotta get it together. I clear my head with another splash of cold water and wash myself. I feel a sting as the towel touches my throat. What's this? I look at my neck in the mirror. How did this happen? My throat is red and swollen. It's almost as if I injured it by repeatedly throwing up. I wonder what that could be. I return to my room and change into my uniform. It's barely 7 o'clock. Astounded at how much clearer my head feels after the bath, I pick up my bag and leave the room. Kawako-san has just come out of the sitting room when I go down the stairs.
Good morning, Shiki-sama. You sure are early today.
Sorry, Shiki-san. God damn it. Kawako-san makes a bow while smiling. And you look
refreshed too. Have you just had a bath?
Yeah, I just took one. That's amazing, Kawako-san. Can you tell?
I can just tell by looking at you because your hair isn't dry, Shiki-san. You certainly look cuter after you've had a bath.
I avert my gaze just a little as I'm faced with that warm, carefree smile. It's kind of embarrassing.
Please hold on for just a moment. I'm going to prepare some breakfast now.
Huh? Breakfast? I guess she means something to eat. Such a trivial thing causes me to remember the color of blood. I don't have much of an appetite at the moment.
Is a Western-style breakfast like yesterday fine with you, Shiki-san?
Yeah. I really don't mind. So, breakfast, huh? That bath felt so good that I almost forgot about it.
Really? You didn't eat last night either, so I was talking to Hisui-chan about how maybe the sound of your stomach might have woken you up.
No. Sadly, that's not the case. I've been a light eater since I was little, so I often skip 1 or 2 meals at a time.
I see. Now that you mention it, you've got a nice body without any excess meat on you. Could it be that you're a vegetarian?
Perhaps. Come to think of it, I get the feeling that all I ate at the Arma house were vegetables. Kawaki-san busily heads back to the sitting room. But I don't feel like eating right now. It's alright, Kawaki-san. I'll go to school without eating today. Tell Akiya for me. Bye. I head towards the doorway. Suddenly, my arm is tightly grabbed.
Shiki-san?
I can't believe it. Kawaki-san is angry.
What are you saying, Shiki-san? Haven't you looked in the mirror this morning?
Well, I took a look in the bathroom mirror.
You're lying. You wouldn't say something like that if you looked even once.
Kawaki-san is seriously angry. Come to think of it, when I saw my face in the mirror, I think I saw death warmed over. I'll be fine. It's just that I don't have a lot of blood in me, so I look worse than normal people.
This won't do. You won't grow without eating breakfast. If you don't have an appetite, I'll prepare you something easy to eat. So please go to the dining room.
Holding onto my arm, she drags me towards the sitting room. I've got no choice. I really don't feel like going along with this, but I'll have to accept Kawaki-san's good intentions.
Good morning, Nii-san. How do you feel?
Akiya greets me reservedly. That firmness about her yesterday is gone. I guess it's because she's worried about me. Good morning. I'm feeling, well, good, in a certain way. Returning her greeting, I head towards the dining room.
Please wait here, Shiki-san. I'll call you when it's ready.
Kawaki-san disappears into the dining room by herself, leaving me, the downcast-looking Akiya, and Hisui, who stands emotionlessly by the wall. This is kinda awkward.
Nii-san, about last night, is it true that you collapsed in the park?
Seems so. I don't really remember it myself, but if that's what Kohaku and Hisui say, then it must be what happened.
Oh, stop talking like it's someone else's problem, Nii-san. You have a weak body, so if you ever feel bad, please contact the mansion. I will send someone to pick you up right away.
Hey, listen, there's no need for that. I'm not like a primary school kid. I can make it home by myself no matter how bad I feel.
Then I guess the fact that you could not make it home last night would mean you are a child.
It sucks to admit, but Akiya is right. Yesterday was different. That kind of thing is really rare. Look, just because I have a chronic anemia doesn't make my body weak. There's no reason for you to worry about every little thing, Akiya. Yesterday was, just a terminal case of bad timing. That's all.
A terminal case? Please do not use such inauspicious words, Nii-san. You've only just come back to the mansion. What would I do if you died?
Akiya is seriously angry. Jeez.
You take things too easily, Nii-san. Please, take better care of yourself.
Even if you tell me that, I don't push myself as it is. I'm not in any clubs, and I do everything the doctor says. You'd have to put me in a sanitarium for me to get any better care.
Yes, I would love to do that if I could.
Avoiding my gaze, Akiya says something very frightening. As for Hisui, she's standing by the wall like a statue. I'm at a loss for conversation. There's still some time until we eat, so... Ooh, choices! My favorite! Talk about Akiya. Looks like the correct one. Akiya. If I remember correctly, you go to Asagami Ladies Academy, right?
That's right. Asagami Ladies Academy goes all the way from middle school to university.
Akia's gaze seems to ask, what about it? Well, that's a boarding school for ladies, isn't it? I'm wondering why you're commuting there from home.
Dear Mr. Asagami and father were friends, so he indulges my requests. There is a provision to attend school from one's home under certain circumstances.
Akia gives a concise response. No, that's not what I'm asking about. You were living in the dormitory up until the old man died, right? Why are you only starting to commute there now?
Huh?
She holds back her words and looks away.
Shiki-sama, Akia-sama has traditionally spent half of every week here. It is nothing extraordinary for her to commute to the academy from the mansion.
Ah, really? That sounds tough. Asagami Ladies Academy is in the next prefecture, right? Isn't it easier for you to enjoy the dormitory life rather than having to come back to the mansion all the time?
Yes, you may be right. But it is what father wanted, so I spent half the week here.
But the old man isn't here anymore, so you don't have to force yourself, right? Dormitory life looks kind of fun after all.
Well, I wouldn't be troubled if it were that easy. But if I were to leave you by yourself, there's no telling what might happen to you, is there? With things like what happened yesterday, I'll still be attending school from the mansion for now. One more thing, Nissan.
She straightens her posture and looks right up at me. Yeah?
The lodgings at Asagami Ladies Academy are not dormitories. They are boarding houses. Please get it right next time.
Akia's words are wrapped in thorns. Actually, I was pricked plenty of times by them my first day back. But this morning, there is something sulky about them.
Shiki-san, it's ready!
I can hear Kawaki-san's voice from the dining room. Right, so I'm gonna get some grub.
Oh, Nissan, please refrain from talking in such an unrefined manner.
Akia shoots me a sharp glare. You finally gone back to normal. I liked you more when you were calm because you were worried about me.
I was not worrying about you, Nissan.
Akia quickly looks away. Looking at her with a faint smile, I go to the dining room. I'm escorted outside by Hisui.
Please take care.
Saying the same thing she always does, she continues to stare at me.
Shiki-sama, what happened to you last night?
Last night? Nothing in particular. I was just feeling sick at school, so I left early. I was on my way back when... I just collapsed in the park. Well, I guess I was just being careless, like Akia said. Yeah, I'll be careful from now on.
I am not placing any blame on you, Shiki-sama, but you look like you are pushing yourself this morning. Please take care along the way.
Hisui makes a deep bow and sees me out. As I approach the school, I begin to catch sight of more and more students in uniforms. It's Saturday, so most of them are smiling while they walk. It's only a little while to the main gate once I pass this intersection. It's still only 7:30. Looks like I'll be able to get to school with time to spare today. The light turns red and I stop in front of the crosswalk. The school fence is just on the other side. Since it's a school path, the footpath is protected by a guardrail. Even now, the students in front of me are heading toward the school gate. There's no one but students from our school on the other side at this time of day. There should be no one but the students. But between the cars rushing by, I feel like I catch a glimpse of someone in white. What? She's there. Dressed in white, with golden hair down to her shoulders, long slender brows and red eyes. I've seen her only once before, but there's no way I could mistake her for someone else. But that's impossible. I killed her myself yesterday, cutting her into pieces. Well, no, even that's a lie. It's all just a dream. Hisui told me so. No, she didn't say anything of the sort. It's just that I wanted to believe it was a dream. Then it really wasn't a dream. But then, why? Why does she exist, as real as anything? The light turns green. The students around me walk towards the other side. I'm the only one amongst them who stands there, stunned. She sits on the guardrail, her legs swinging idly, as if she's waiting for someone. I can't tell how long she's been waiting, but her expression isn't a grim one. Who is she waiting for? She fidgets restlessly, as if she were waiting for her lover. I have a bad feeling about this. The girl in white looks over in my direction. It's probably nothing more than a coincidence. She's just a stranger who looks like her. She must be waiting for someone else. If not, then this moment must surely be a bad dream too. After all, I completely and utterly killed her with my own hands. But she's looking this way and smiling, looking very satisfied at having found the person who killed her. Her smile seems to say, "You've finally come." Giving a familiar wave and a smile, she hops off the guardrail. Fluttering her hair, she heads towards me. Don't come. This is a bad dream. The light turns red. Don't come near me. She doesn't even look like she cares, walking straight across the street while the cars pass by. There's only a few meters between us. I'm telling you not to come! The reality before my eyes does not change even when I scream out. Screaming in a voice I don't understand, I run from the girl in white. I run with all my strength. With no regard to embarrassment or shame, I blast through the passerby, running full speed across the asphalt. My breathing is wild and my heart screams out, but still I run. I feel like I'm going to go crazy if I don't. I look behind me. The girl in white is walking towards me. She's definitely following me. The girl I've killed is chasing me. That's more than enough reason for me to run. My heart feels like it's about to explode, but I ignore it and keep running. When I look back, the girl is still there. With those light footsteps, she follows me as I run away. My head droops down. My arms feel heavy. My legs feel like they're going to tear off. But despite that, I'm running with all my strength. And yet, I can't get away from someone just walking after me. My breathing is out of control. I think I've already run several kilometers, but even so, when I look back, she's always there, walking towards me. Naturally, like she's taking a stroll, she follows right behind me. It's not funny, but I begin to laugh. I can't stop laughing, but even so, I run. My body complains that I'll die if I run anymore, but I keep running. The reason is simple. If she catches me, she'll kill me for sure. I ask myself what I base that on, trying to shake it off as mere imagination. But even as I try to console myself, I am the one who knows best it's true. There's no reason, no basis, no evidence. I already know it is a fact that if she catches up to me, I'll be killed. Pathetically, I collapse to the ground. I fall forward, not because I tripped, but because I simply can't move my body a single step further. Lying there collapsed, I somehow managed to crawl my way to the wall. I try to pull myself up against the wall, but it's no good. My knees lose their strength as I try to rise, and I collapse back down. My body won't move anymore. I look up as I breathe. It hurts. I don't have enough oxygen. I can't think properly because of it. I can't even tell what I'm doing anymore. I don't know why I'm doing this. Why? I don't even know why the girl I've killed is alive. Unmistakably, I've utterly and completely killed her in the most final way imaginable. So why? How can she be waiting for me in front of my school, smiling? I'm sure I killed her. That's right. I'm sure I killed her. I'm sure I killed her. I'm sure I killed her. I'm sure I killed her, so why? Why?
Oh? Is the chase over already?
With light footsteps, she comes into the alley, shrugging her shoulders in disappointment.
Hello. You really gave me some trouble yesterday.
With a warm smile, she comes into the alley. I've got to run away. Thinking that, I retreat, only to hit my head against a concrete wall.
The chase is already over, right? This is a dead end after all. There's no need to worry about anyone coming along or interfering.
She smiles, looking very happy. Panicking, I look around at my surroundings. A desolate alley. I'm disgusted at my stupidity. Running away here is like asking her to kill me.
It's been a long time. 18 hours since then. I finally found you.
She takes another step into the alley. You!
What?
I definitely...
Yes. I'm the girl you killed yesterday. I'm glad you remember.
That can't be true. There's no way that can happen. Don't be ridiculous! Dead people can't be alive! Why does this sound familiar?
That's true, but there's no need for you to be so surprised. I just revived, that's all.
With that curt response, she takes another step, the sound of it reaching my ears. The distance between us is gradually decreasing. Revived. Stunned, I repeat her phrase back to her. Revived. You mean some doctor saved her with some surgery? Don't be stupid! There's no way any human could revive from being cut apart like that!
Yeah. Then again, I'm not human.
Huh? Her words are so simple, there's no way I could have misinterpreted them. I'm not human. That's what the girl in front of me said. You're not human.
Jeez, isn't that obvious? Do you think there's a human being out there who can revive after being cut into pieces?
There's no way a human like that could exist. Something like that is just a monster who looks human. Something that revives even when killed. Something that death is irrelevant to. Something that quickly returns to normal and starts moving even after being cut to pieces isn't something you can call human. No way. That seems to be the girl right before my eyes. I try to laugh, but my throat is so dry, I can't. What the hell is that? It's not exactly a funny story. Besides, there's too many things in this story that aren't funny. Because definitely, if she's not human, it explains why she's alive even after I've killed her. I start to calm down. This is a situation where I've got to observe everything and think it over. You said you're not human. So what are you?
Me? I'm called a vampire. To put it in your terms, I'm a monster who lives off human blood.
Ah, good. Vampire is at least something I can easily understand. I see. You're a vampire. She smiles in satisfaction to indicate her assent. What a crazy reply. I've heard that vampires can't walk around during daytime, but I guess that's a trivial matter right now. So, what does this monster want from me? For some reason, she recoils as if surprised. After a moment, she puts her hands on her hips and looks at me irritated.
Have you forgotten what you did to me yesterday? Even though you didn't know me, you cut me apart the moment we met. You've got to be pretty used to this to ask me what I want with you now.
She looks more disgusted than angry. Right now, that's how I feel too. Because someone I've killed is complaining to me about me killing her.
Hey, are you listening, murderer?
Yeah, I'm listening. Sorry, could you shut up for just a minute? I'm reflecting on how lucky this is, even for me. Sheesh. I have the worst luck. There was a girl I wanted to kill for no reason, and I killed her on pure impulse. My memory wasn't clear after that, so I calmed down thinking it was just a dream, but it turned out to be real. What's more, it turns out the person I've killed isn't even human. I can't help but laugh. But it's not all bad. If the person I killed has come back to life, then that means I haven't actually killed anyone, right? Well, I suppose that fact remains that I killed someone, but she's still alive. And that's something I should honestly be happy about. Yeah, with this I should be able to go back to living a normal life. A normal school life, just like I did up until now. Well, in exchange, I seem to have been cornered by this strange person, but you might argue that it's a heck of a lot better than becoming a murderer. Okay, I've calmed down. If you've got something to say, I'll listen. Complaints, grudges, whatever. Talk all you want.
Yeah, I've got a whole lot of things to say to you, but you're weird.
I'm just taking everything in right now. You could say I've built up a resistance to weird stuff like this. I don't think it's much of help. I don't think it's of much help in this case, though. She stares at me. It isn't malicious. It's strange. I'd thought that I thought that to get someone back when they got... what? I thought that to get someone back when they got you was one of the common laws of the world. Okay, I understand. I misinterpreted that sentence for a second. Then she should be trying to kill me, but... What are you staring at? You're here to get revenge, right? Then...
Yeah, I guess I'm supposed to kill you back, in theory. I'll kill you if you really want me to, but otherwise I'll pass for now. It's not very efficient that way.
She stares at me head on.
So, are you sorry?
I'm stunned for a moment. The things she says are so out of place.
I'm asking if you're sorry for killing me. I'm thinking about forgiving you if you are, you see. Besides, I get the feeling you're a pretty bad liar for a human.
Sorry, me?
Yep. If you apologize to me, then I'm fine with that.
This is unbelievable. What's so unbelievable? Not that the person I killed is forgiving me, but her voice sounds so kind.
Hey, you have to give an answer when people ask you seriously, you know. Come on, hurry up and answer. We can't get on with things until we make it clear whether or not you're sorry.
She's angry. Am I sorry, she asks. That goes without saying. Yeah, I regret it. No matter what the reason is, I did kill someone. Without mercy or reason, I killed just for myself. I do regret the fact that I killed someone, but more importantly, the person I killed was you, and so... It's a lie that it's alright if she's alive. It's a fact that I killed her. It's the ultimate violation, the greatest violence possible. So, you can get your revenge on me. I thought it was only natural you'd be here to get revenge. I hang my head mumbling, like I'm confessing to someone.
I see. You're not a bad person.
She smiles. Despite calling herself a vampire, she has a very honest face.
I've decided. I'm gonna make you help me.
Help her? What is she talking about? Hey, what do you mean by helping you?
It's simple. I'm gonna get you to help me deal with the vampire which took root in this town.
Hold on, I'm getting more and more confused. Dealing with vampires. But you're a...
Oh, no. I'm a vampire, but the vampire in this town is a different kind altogether. You live here, don't you? Then you should know about the murders that have been occurring lately, right?
Yeah, quite a few people have been killed already. Hey, wait. I remember now. Come to think of it, all the killer's victims had their blood extracted or something, didn't they? Don't tell me that...
Exactly. Even the news is saying stuff like the work of a vampire, right? It's a funny thing. They obviously know what kind of creature is doing it, but no one's going around trying to vanquish it. That's why I've got no choice but to do it for them.
Wait, but vampires don't exist? She lowers her brows in annoyance. Oh, that's right. There's an unidentified person standing in front of me claiming to be a vampire herself. I don't really understand, but what you're trying to say is that you're here in this town to exterminate vampires, right?
That's right, but before I could, I was attacked and killed by some unknown killer. Yeah, that really got me. It was a perfect surprise attack and I was cut into 17 pieces without a chance to do anything.
I see. She must mean me.
That's right. Until I was fully recovered like this, I was really planning to kill you, you know? That's the first time anyone's embarrassed me like that. And it took around 80% of my power to fully recover. But more importantly, it really, really hurt. It was so painful I thought I was going to go crazy. However, the pain was so great it restored my sanity. Do you know what it's like experiencing that over and over for a whole night?
I don't know. Actually, I don't want to know.
So, full of hatred, I went out to look for you. I was so worked up that I didn't even care about the vampire, the very reason why I'm here. I knew you were a student, so that's why I waited over there for you.
I don't get it. If you hated me so much, why are you forgiving me?
Let's see. To put it simply, I calmed down after a while. I already used up a lot of power, and I thought that it would be more efficient to use you as a shield than to kill you.
Hold on, you just said something really bad for me.
Eh? Did I say something like that?
You said you were going to use me as a shield.
Of course. I already did forgive you, but that's just my personal feelings. You got to atone for your murder through action, not just emotion, right?
Well, even if you ask me.
What's with you? I can't tell when you're being sincere and when you're not. Let me repeat it again. You killed me. You probably can't imagine it, but it takes a lot of energy to regenerate once you've been killed. Well, actually, it wouldn't be a big deal if you had just killed me, but the way you killed me was something I've never seen before. I couldn't heal the wounds, so I had no choice but to remake my body parts. That's why it took so much energy to revive.
She looks angry. Seems like she's recalling a forgotten anger while she talks.
Anyhow, I'm weak right now. I think I'll be able to recover after 2 nights, but if the enemy attacks before then, I'll be in danger. That's why for now, I'll have you be my shield.
You'll have me do it? What are you doing deciding everything by yourself?
What? This is all your fault to begin with, so isn't that much to be expected? Or are you not sorry after all?
She looks straight at me with honest eyes. This is unfair. Sorry or not, using those eyes is unfair. It's unfair she has such pure eyes, like that when she claims she's a vampire. I'm, stuck for an answer. I lift my gaze.
Huh?
What is it? Something odd is there, in the gap between the buildings. Hold on, what's that? I get up and walk. I walk to the middle of the alley, and I finally realize what it is. A blue-colored bird. A crow, to be precise. A blue crow. That inauspicious thing I saw 2 nights ago.
Oh, man.
The girl murmurs. The crow just stares at us.
Geez, thanks to your slowness, he found us.
The girl looks at the entrance to the alley. Found us? Who? I cast my gaze towards the alley entrance. Then, I take a step back in shock. Before I knew it, a dog had appeared in the narrow path running into the alley. It has 4 tough legs and a tense neck like a steel frame. And that form, far removed from that of a human, is one made solely for hunting. It doesn't need to resort to verbal intimidation. Most humans would become nervous just by looking at that kind of hunting beast. As a fellow life form, it inspires awe by its dishearteningly superior athletic ability. A black dog? I start to shake. The black dog looking in our direction isn't small like a stray. As big as a German Shepherd or a Doberman, it just stands there, menacing us. The girl says nothing, but looks at the dog with disinterested eyes. Then, suddenly, the black dog jumps. No, it's running, but with a speed that makes it seem like it's jumping. I can't do anything. The black dog jumps straight for my throat. I can see it. I can see its black body moving towards me, but I don't even have time to think about dodging it. I feel a shock on my body. I was hit hard from the side. It's not the black dog. It seems the girl pushed me before it could crush my throat. With an easy movement, like someone throwing a ball, she hurls me into the wall using just one hand. With a terrific wham, I fall on my rear. Why, you... What in the world are you doing?
Never mind that. Keep your eyes in front.
The girl yells. I like how I look, having lost sight of me, its target. The black dog bounds towards the wall. Sticking to the wall like a lizard, it jumps again. It bounces from the wall towards me. The dog's path is like a black lightning. It's too fast. I can't react. The black dog opens its mouth, filled with teeth and saliva. This time it clamps down towards my windpipe. I close my eyes. The dog's teeth sink into my throat. But in that instant, the dog lets out a yelp and releases me. Huh? That's impossible. The black dog lets out a scream and leaps straight up. There's nothing there, but nonetheless it flies high into the sky by itself. Just like that, the black dog, after going several meters into the sky, makes a scream and falls back down onto the concrete. No, perhaps more accurately, it was hit onto the concrete. What was that?
Geez, you just made me waste more of my energy.
The girl quietly approaches the black dog. It is crushed against the concrete like a pressed flower.
That's quite a mongrel of a familiar. I suppose it was some kind of scout.
The black dog liquefies into some kind of tar-like substance and is absorbed into the concrete.
It melted. No, maybe it's just dissolving. It can't be, can it?
Am I reading... No, wait. This has to be hers.
There's no way chaos would be in a place like this.
Heaving a long sigh, she approaches me.
Oh, you don't seem to be hurt, so there's no problem.
She's mumbling something. My throat. I can still feel the dog's teeth sinking into it. Hey, what was that thing?
A familiar of an enemy vampire. We were discovered because you weren't being clear.
Discovered? You mean by that enemy vampire you mentioned?
Yeah, this isn't good. It looks like I really will need you as a shield now.
She says it so casually, and with a smile. Stop saying such crazy things, you idiot! You saw me! What do you think I can do? You're a lot better off by yourself.
Not really. With the power I just used to protect you, I really am empty now.
What? What in the world? I'm grateful she helped me just then, but still. I can't do it. I can't. I don't have the power to drive away something like that. Sorry, but I can't even be a shield.
Liar. You killed me. Why would you lie after doing something like that?
That was something I don't even understand myself. No. Look, I can't do it. I'm just a normal human. I can't help you.
Not true. All you have to do is keep watch while I sleep, that's it. You can do that much without any problems, right?
That's... She looks straight at me. Somehow those eyes are making me weaker. Oh well, time to save, yeah? Gee, I wonder what the correct option here is. For some reason, I can't decline. I did kill her after all. It's my fault she's weak and has to ask others for help. It is my responsibility. Besides, although I've only known her for a little while, she doesn't seem like a bad person.
So how about it? Can't a human like you cooperate with a vampire like me?
Well, that would be the obvious answer, but... Don't look at me with those eyes. Why is it? It's making me feel overcome with guilt and unable to refuse. But now that I've gotten myself into this mess, I won't be able to sleep at night if I just deny all responsibility. Man, I just know I'm gonna regret this. So, yeah, I think I could probably do it. The enemy's the serial killer, right? As a resident of this town, I'd probably be struck with some kind of divine punishment if I refused to help you.
Huh? You mean...
I'm not gonna be your shield, but if it's just being your lookout, I'll do it. I feel disgusted at how stupid I am as soon as those words are out of my mouth. I feel disgusted, but... There's something about her deeply shocked expression that's...
Wow, are you serious? I'm really a vampire, you know.
Hey, listen, why are you saying all this now after you threatened me so much?
That's true, but... Well, whatever. If you're going to cooperate with me, then I should be grateful.
With a very happy expression on her face, she approaches me as I lie there on my rear up against the wall.
Our contract is established.
She extends her hand towards me.
I guess I can finally introduce myself now.
And this is where everybody flames me for my pronunciation.
I'm Arcuid. My last name is really long, so just Arcuid is fine for now. I'm a true ancestor-type vampire. How about you?
I heave a heavy sigh at her unprecedented introduction. It's a sigh of resignation, evidence I've decided to accept this nonsensical situation. I'm Tonoshiki. Sadly, I'm just your everyday student. I've said it before, but I'm really not going to be much use. Grasping her, Arcuid's hand, I stand up. She takes a long, hard look at me, and then offers me her hand again.
Nice to meet you, Shiki. I'll have you take responsibility for killing me.
Arcuid grins. Arcuid grins as she extends her left hand. The pronunciation of the I in Arcueid is going to trip me up a lot. There are all sorts of responsibilities in this world, but this is probably the first and last time someone takes responsibility by helping someone they've killed. Damn it, this is seriously messed up. But there's nothing else I can do. I grudgingly extend my left hand and shake hands with the woman in white, claiming to be a vampire.
This is a pretty nice room. I'd have no problem spending the night here.
Arcueid looks around the hotel room. I've got nothing to say for now.
My room has probably already been discovered, so let's hide out here for the night. Oh, you don't have to worry about money. I'm rich, so I'll treat you.
Speaking cheerfully, Arcueid closes the curtains. She also turns off the lights in the room and the room becomes as dark as night. I sigh. What are you thinking, Arcueid?
I'm thinking about all sorts of stuff.
No, that's not what I mean. I'm asking why you've rented a high-class hotel, not a cheap one, and why you rented out the whole top floor. I try to say this, but I stop. Right now, my job is to guard this so-called vampire and nothing more. I'm not gonna ask any useless questions. No, forget it. Do whatever you like.
You're weird, Shiki, suddenly getting mad and going silent like that. I just don't get you.
Arcueid lies on the bed, smiling like she's having fun.
I'm going to sleep until the sun sets. You better rest while you have the chance. Vampires don't live about in the daytime, so you'll be on guard for real during the night.
Do you realize you just said something that completely contradicts your existence?
Oh, it's alright for me. Oh, I guess it's almost my limit. Good night, Shiki. Wake me up when the sun sets.
Hey! Like a machine whose power is cut off, Arcueid suddenly falls asleep. She's so defenseless. Right now, I could run away if I wanted to. She did force me to come with her after all. I could easily run away now. And I don't have that impulse anymore, but I even killed you once, yet how is she able to suddenly fall asleep despite that? I look at Arcueid's face as she sleeps on the bed. Her plump chest rises and falls. It looks like she's breathing, but her body isn't moving at all. It's like the air around her has stopped. It's so tranquil, even I might stop moving. What a peaceful slumber. A kind of defenselessness, as if she had absolute trust in me, even though we've only just met. She's so stupid. She's so stupidly honest I might start to worry. But aside from that, this is a turning point. This may very well be the point of no return for Tomoshiki. Oh, two choices so close together. What could this possibly mean? And once again, I wonder what the correct option is, but I'll make sure. Still, I can't leave her alone. I did promise, after all. No matter what it was I promised, I can't break it. Arcueid is sleeping. Her face is pale white, like that of a sick person. Arcueid said she was weak. She said she was at her limit just a while ago, so I don't think she considered what I could do after she went to sleep. The room is quiet. We're on the 11th floor, the top floor. Since she rented out the whole floor, there are no other guests here. The only sound is Arcueid's breathing. When I see her like this, she really looks nightmarishly beautiful. That white, smooth skin and that silky, light blonde hair, the soft lines of her body and those long eyelashes that look like swift brushstrokes. A perfect body, down to even the small details, the likes of which I've never seen before. No, to be more precise, the kind I never would have seen in my entire life. Vampire or not, Arcueid is a girl. I have to take responsibility for the fact that she's so weak now that she's fallen asleep instantly, like she just did. Wait, did I read that right? I have to take responsibility for the fact she's so weak now that she falls asleep instantly like she just did. You have to take responsibility for your own deeds. A part of my childhood education makes an appearance in my head. Sensei even told me. My eyes are strange, so they would in turn attract strange things. then I should be prepared to take responsibility. At the very least, I should keep my promise and protect her for tonight. White. The kind you see when you wake up. That color calls some nostalgic memories to mind. A hot summer day. A blue sky and large, large columns of summer clouds. The scenery slowly wavers in the heat. The voice of cicadas. The sound of cicadas. I can't imitate that sound at all. Cicada shells are lying in the clearing, as if the sun is right by my side. The clearing is roasting. A hot midsummer's day, as if the entire world became a frying pan. I don't know. Akia is crying. Akia, who would always obediently stay close behind me, is brimming forth with tears. A child lies collapsed at her feet, soaked in blood, killed. The corpse of a child about my age, a cast-off cicada shell. My two hands are red with the blood of that collapsed child. The adults are coming. The fallen child is still dead. The adults are yelling, "Did you kill him?" That dream. A dream I had forgotten even in my dreams. I feel like I remember.
Shiki, hey, wake up. The sun's already set.
Someone is shaking me. A somewhat unfamiliar voice, and the touch of a cold hand on my shoulder.
Huh?
Arcuite is standing right in front of me. She's already woken up, and it's pitch black outside. I glance at the clock, and it says it's already 8.
It's not, I told you to wake me up when the sun went down, and you go and fall asleep.
Crap. Sorry, I was feeling out of it. I don't remember when I fell asleep, but I'm sure it was while I was staring at Arcuite's sleeping face.
Jeez, you'll lose your qualification as bodyguard like that. If the enemy had attacked while we were both sleeping, we would have both died, you know.
I said I'm sorry. Besides, you said it was safe during the daytime.
I can't say that for sure. Familiars like the one we saw this morning could have come for us.
Arcuite is angry. Well, she's got a right to be. I've got no right to talk when I, the bodyguard, dozed off while she was sleeping.
And besides, I am a vampire, you know. How can you just sleep there without feeling any danger? I don't want you to be afraid for no reason, but it'd be nice if you were at least tense enough not to sleep.
I take that back. Arcuite doesn't seem to care that I didn't do my job as a bodyguard. She just doesn't seem to like the fact that I fell asleep. I can move my body a little better and wake up.
I can move my body a little better and wake up, only to find you sleeping there happily. You looked so vulnerable, I was seriously starting to feel uneasy that I might not have the dignity befitting a vampire.
Well, I don't think she has much dignity. You were just as vulnerable yourself. I killed you once before, remember? You can't guarantee I won't do it again, can you? Arcuite gives a surprised look, as if she only just realized it.
Now that you mention it, you're right. I wonder why I did that. I guess I just had complete confidence in you since we spoke in the alley.
Well, saying that doesn't make me feel bad for her. Okay. Since you trust me so much, I'll try my best. So, should I just keep watch from now on?
Yeah, until sunrise tomorrow. I can't leave the room, so be on guard if someone comes up to this floor.
Be on guard, huh? Being on guard is going to do me no good if one of those black dogs from this morning comes for us. I let out a sigh. As expected, this is too heavy a role for me. Let me ask you something. Was the black dog that attacked us this morning something your enemy sent out?
I don't think so. It was probably for surveillance. His patrol route happened to pass through where you and I were talking, and it seems...
Sorry, I stuttered.
And it seems my presence was revealed as a result.
Revealed? To your enemy?
That's right. If I had been in perfect condition, it would actually save me some time. But right now, it's the opposite. If I were attacked now, I'd be the one annihilated. That's why I have to hide out like this for now until my power returns.
Arcuite's enemy is gonna have to wait a few seconds because I need to use the restroom. I'll make a save just in case, though. And I'll be right back. Arcuid's enemy. In other words, the serial killer who's been causing the stir in this town. A vampire. Arcuid, I want to ask you something. Will you answer my question?
I don't mind talking, but why are you being so formal all of a sudden?
Yeah, I haven't asked you the most important thing yet. So, what's your ultimate objective here?
Me? I'm here to hunt down the vampire. Killing vampires is my duty.
Yeah, I do remember you saying something like that before. But you're a vampire, right?
What? You still don't believe me?
No, don't worry, I believe you so much it hurts. I'm asking, why would you, a vampire, claim to be doing something as odd as killing other vampires?
Oh? You don't like the idea of beings from the same species killing each other?
The act of killing doesn't exactly make my list of favorite things, but she is right. I'm not comfortable with the idea of vampires killing vampires. No, it's just that I can't really imagine something like that happening. Vampires drain the blood of humans, right? So they should be killing humans, not other vampires.
Drinking blood and killing are different things. Well, even so, I know what you're trying to say. You think beings from the same species should help each other out, right? But vampires can be of the same species and still be different life forms. That's why they don't really have what you humans call camaraderie.
Then you're saying something makes you different from the vampire you're hunting?
That's right. The one I'm after is a human vampire, just like the stereotypical vampire from your humans' folklore. He kills humans by draining their blood, turning them into the dead, then uses them to increase his power and influence. That's the sort of vampire I hunt. The one lurking in this town is that sort of old-style vampire.
That sort of vampire? It seems like there are different types.
Don't tell me you want me to be
Your shield so you can get this guy.
Yeah, that was my original intent, but after talking to you, I've changed my mind. You see, at first I thought you were someone from the church, so I thought you might have information about the location of the enemy, but you turned out to be a perfectly ordinary person. You didn't even know about vampires, let alone the location of the enemy's coffin. Yeah, come to think of it, there's no way they'd send an exorcist to a Far East secular country like this one. I guess I didn't put enough thought into this.
Arcuid thinks aloud. Her conversation derails, and I'm feeling a little left out. I don't follow you at all, Arcuid.
Hold on for a moment. Let's see. How should I explain this?
With that, Arcuid's gaze begins drifting. She doesn't seem used to holding a conversation.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it, and just explain everything about the current situation. I don't understand any of this, but I might be able to see the general gist of things.
Really? Thanks, Shiki.
You don't have to thank me. Just keep talking. Arcuid nods obediently.
Basically, the vampire currently in this town is an old-style vampire. He himself reigns as the Lord and releases the dead he made into the city. By doing so, he increases his power bit by bit. He is a typical vampire in that he drains the blood of humans, and those humans become vampires themselves. He's not very powerful right now as he doesn't have many dead serving him, but as the victims increase, so does his power. It would be best to destroy the main body before that happens, but I haven't found where he sleeps yet. He's hidden so well right now, I can't even feel his presence. Even so, it's easy to take care of things once I find it. But I don't have any clues whatsoever, so I had no choice but to walk around town during the day to investigate. But then I suddenly got attacked by a passing killer, and now I'm temporarily weaker than the enemy vampire.
Arcuid shoots me a cold look. I guess she wants to say something to the passing killer. I see. I kind of understand the situation now. So in other words, some evil monsters are based in this town and you're here to eliminate them. Since you didn't know where they were, you went looking for them and that's when I, killed you. So now you're weakened and hiding out while you recover. Is that about right?
To put it simply, I think so.
Then, next is the main topic. You casually call yourself a vampire, but I still don't really understand that term. It's obvious you're not a human, that much I can see, but I don't get the feeling that you're a vampire either.
That's true. I'm a little different from the type of vampire you know about.
Indeed. I hadn't considered that vampires even existed at all, let alone a vampire like you. So what makes you different? Arcuid thinks.
Yes, I suppose it might be helpful to teach you a bit about us. Alright, then the first period's lesson will be Vampires 101.
Okay, but what's with Vampires 101?
You're an amateur at this, so we've got to start with the basics, right? That's why I'm going to start teaching from the very beginning.
Okay, whatever. Just keep it short.
Well, I'll try my best.
It really does seem like she's not used to talking. Well, we've got lots of time, so for now, I guess I'll listen to Arcueid without complaint.
Although we're typically called simply vampires, we're divided into two main categories: those who were vampires from the start, and those who became vampires. The former are called true ancestors, and the latter are called the dead apostles. The ones you call vampires are the dead apostles. They drain the blood of humans and turn them into their slaves. They're weak against sunlight, and you can vanquish them with a baptism ritual. Our enemy is one of these dead apostles.
It's gone from my enemy to our enemy. Well, I don't mind. She's not wrong considering the situation I'm in now. So you're saying these dead apostles aren't vampires from the start? What do you mean by that?
Dead apostles were once humans. They've attained immortality through magic or had their blood sucked by one of the true ancestors. Either way, the ones that become vampires become immortal, even though it's imperfect immortality.
Those who were vampires from the beginning, and humans who became vampires. What is this? I get the feeling that there's some kind of huge contradiction to all of this. Feels like some important fundamental is missing somewhere in this theory.
Hey, Shiki, how much do you know about vampire folklore?
Let's see. Just the usual stuff. They suck the blood of virgins, they can bind people just by looking at them, they can turn into mist and wolves, just the usual stuff you hear about.
Yeah, that's pretty much all true. They drain the blood of virgins because one's blood cells are more pure before one has exchanged bodily fluids with others. That...
Sorry, choked on my own spit there.
That makes virgins most suitable for repairing the vampire's own degenerating genes. The dead apostles, the ones that become vampires, have imperfect immortality. Since they become immortal, they won't die from old age. However, they need to replenish their energy frequently or they'll disappear. All living creatures need nutrients to be able to move, right? It's the same thing. It's just that vampires don't die from age as long as they take in the nutrients. The dead apostles suck blood because they need it to stay alive. Immortality is a strain on their originally human bodies. The genes that compose their bodies are different. When they become vampires, they begin to degenerate at an incredible rate. To make up for that, they must drain the blood of others in order to absorb genetic information and stabilize their own bodies. To a vampire, drinking blood is not like eating, but it's the minimum requirement for them to continue to exist.
God, I cannot fucking read today. This sounds complex and long. I can't follow the logic, but Arcueid nonetheless continues speaking.
So moving on. The ability to bind someone with just a look is a type of mystic eyes. Eyes and words are both common types of magic circuits, so there are many vampires who have mystic eyes. We usually possess the mystic eyes of enchantment. We don't enchant people by looking at them, rather we enchant those who look into our eyes. A powerful vampire using mystic eyes can impose his own will into the brain of another and completely dominate their thoughts, but the mystic eyes of a dead apostle don't have that much power. What you call turning into mist is really just making a spare body and controlling it via the will. Once the part serves its purpose, you can cut the flow of magical energy to the offshoot and naturally it returns to dust. Wolves and other animal transformations are a byproduct of a vampire's repairing its damaged body from its familiars. For a vampire living a long time, stabilizing their bodies with normal lives is not sufficient. Humans aren't fundamentally powerful animals, so it's more effective to repair one's body by absorbing beasts as they surpass the human species in this respect. Vampires who repair their own bodies with beasts can return those beasts to their previous forms and use them as familiars when they need to. From what I've heard, there's even a 1,000-year-old vampire whose body is made up entirely of familiars. They say he contains 666 beasts within his body, or something like that anyway.
I think Arcueid's getting a little too wrapped up in her own speech. To be honest, I'm not finding this world easy to understand.
Yeah, that's about it. It's just an explanation of the very basics, but now do you know what a vampire is?
Well, I suppose. The reality of Arcueid being a vampire begins to feel harder and harder to accept.
Now it's my turn. Actually, there's something important I've forgotten to ask you, too.
What? You're not gonna learn anything from me. I'm not a vampire or anything, just an ordinary student.
Then let me ask you this, Shiki. How exactly did you kill me?
Huh?
I'm asking about the method you used. I'm resistant against stuff like runes and Kabbalah, so those don't work on me. The only things I'm not resistant against is magic I've yet to experience, which is probably limited to the ancient Shinto in this country and the treasures in South America. No, not even those could kill me that much. Answer me, Shiki. What kind of occult artifact did you use to incapacitate me to that degree?
Occult artifact? What's that?
A catalyst which stores ideas and history. Geez, you've got sacred treasures in this country too, don't you? They're usually something like staves and swords, jewels and masks. Conceptual weapons that can be used against nature itself. Come on, Shiki. Are you sure you're not someone from one of those fields?
What field? I told you, I'm just a student. I don't know anything.
That's a lie. There's no way a human who's not even a magus can hurt me. Are you hiding something from me, Shiki?
Arcueid gives me an angry, cat-like stare. Oh my god, it's Neko-Arc. I do know a little about Neko-Arc and the memes revolving around her. Only a little bit. But even if she looks at me like that, I'm not hiding any... Oh, wait. Actually, there is one thing. I'm not sure whether it's relevant, but... Arcueid is still staring at me. Doesn't seem like I'll be able to keep quiet about it. Alright, I'll tell you, but... How should I put this? I can see these lines that can be used to cut things.
Huh?
Oh, she's stunned. She should be. Normally, I don't think anyone would believe a story like this.
What do you mean?
Arcueid asks in a serious tone. She's not exactly normal. I should have known she would defy my expectations in a good way. I mean, I see these lines where things can be cut. Living things, the ground, anything touchable. It's like a black line, and I can cut things clean when I let anything sharp through it. Does that mean anything to you? It's convenient to be able to cut steel with a knife and all, but it's not like I can cut it anywhere I like. I can only cut things where I can see the lines. And when I cut you, well... you can cut a girl's skin with just a knife, right? Arcueid's eyes are as serious as she glances at me. Those wild eyes that I've only seen once before. A gaze that could stop me breathing. I see.
I see. I thought the mystic eyes of death perception only existed in fairy tales. But I guess there is someone who can use them. A mutated monster like you.
What? I don't think a vampire can call me a monster.
A monster is a monster. There isn't anyone, even amongst us, with mystic eyes that can see the death of things.
Huh? See the death of things? Arcueid nods in affirmation with an inimical gaze. That's a word. God damn it. My cat's going crazy. Hold on.
A circuit must have opened in your eyes, Shiki. Were you born with eyes like that?
No. They became like this a long time ago, but I wasn't born with them.
Then you must have had at least one near-death experience at some point, right?
What? It's true. 8 years ago, I got in an accident where I almost died.
Just as I suspected. You had the latent ability, but that must have been the trigger. The mystic eyes of death perception, huh? Yes, with those you could definitely kill even me.
With a small sigh, Arcueid's eyes returned to normal. Arcueid, do you know something about these lines?
Not to the extent you would, but I do have some information. What you see is the end of all things, the point where things die easily. To put it simply, the time of death for everything in existence. That is, death itself.
I remember now. That time. When Sensei gave me these glasses, she had told me something similar to what Arcuite said. But there's a subtle difference to what Sensei said and what Arcuite said. What I'm seeing are only lines and not something as disturbing as death. What are you saying? What I see are just the lines where things can be cut?
I'm telling you, those lines are the death of the object. Listen, Shiki.
I might have to cut this episode short.
Everything in existence has an end. There are differences to when, but it's an end nonetheless. Death does not arrive. It is already contained within the object at its creation, and it's bound to happen someday. This is what is called the principle of causality. You've heard of that before, right? As long as something has an...
As long as something has an origin, it must have an end. When it will end is determined from its beginning. That's its so-called time of death. So as it already exists from the beginning, it's not impossible for one to see it with their eyes, given that they can comprehend the concept of a time of death, and they have the appropriate circuit in their brain and eyes. I completely misread that with Shiki's voice. I'm so sorry.
That's the truth behind those lines, you see. This is nothing more than the general concept, but if I were to theorize, I would say that they are the weakest points of the joints between the molecules in something, or perhaps a pre-designated switch within the genetic makeup that activates the death of that object.
That doesn't really make sense. God damn it.
I can't see them, so I can't say for sure, but the lines aren't all you can see, are they? I would think there would be points more than lines.
That's right. When I first saw Arcuite, when I wasn't myself, when I took off my glasses, I could see the usual scribbles and black points where the scribbles seemed to flow from. There were. It only happened that one time, but definitely, I saw black points. There were several on your body, and the black lines flowed between them, joining them up. If I had to make an analogy, I would say they were like blood vessels.
I see. The lines where things die easily, and death itself, huh? I'm surprised you stayed alive up until now like this. You must have a very tranquil heart, Shiki.
Arcuite says this philosophically. In my own way, I understand what she's saying, but I don't want to believe any of it. What? There's no way that sort of thing exists, let alone me being able to see it.
Well, you are seeing it. Usually when you cut a living being's neck, they die. This means it stops because you cut it. Conversely, you can say that if you can't cut something's neck, it won't die. This is about me, so just consider it an exception. But in your case, you can ignore the cause. Even against that which is immune to all external effects, you kill first. What is killed then becomes dead. It's not that it stopped because you cut it, but in your case, you stop the object. And as a result, it is cut. See? What else can I tell you? What else can I call you but a monster? You may just call them lines along which something can be cut, but those eyes are more special than those possessed by any other user of supernatural power in history. You, Shiki, have the eyes that can kill anything, just like death itself.
I'm at a loss for words. If that really is what I see, just like Arcuite is saying, those black lines really are the time of death for all things, then everything around me is filled with death. So what? If it's all as you say, I should be able to kill even you.
Really? Then let's try it.
Arcuite opens the curtains. The lights are off. The only illumination is the faint moonlight coming in through the window.
Come on, it's alright. Try it, seriously. Wait, could it be you can't see with those glasses on?
Are you sure about this? I take my glasses off, only to see the lines, of course. At the same time, the room begins to writhe with the black lines. Outside the window, the moon is white. Ignore how blue it looks in this shot. They're difficult to see in the daytime due to the strong sunlight, but under the faint moonlight I can even see the glow coming from the lines. Amidst them, the lines on Arcueid's body are very thin. If I don't concentrate, I lose sight of them altogether.
If I hadn't been killed by you, I don't think you'd be able to see any at all, but right now you can probably see them. You see, although I have no times of death during the night, some do appear during the day. You could kill me because it was during daytime, but you can see my time of death during nighttime now, since I've used up a lot of energy to regenerate myself. In other words, I've lost my immortality. So, can you cut the lines on my body, Shiki?
Let's see. I think I probably could since the lines are there, but I don't think I could do it so briskly and without hesitation like that time before. I think it'd be hard. The lines keep fading in and out, so I probably couldn't do it unless you're sleeping.
You can't, right? That's your biggest weak point. No matter how many deaths you can see, you need to trace the line with your own hands. No matter how weak I am right now, my athletic ability isn't so low that I'd be caught by you.
I see. Come to think of it, I can't catch agile animals. That means I can't touch their bodies. In other words, even if I can see its lines, I can't kill anything that moves.
Ow!
Ugh. I feel a stab of pain run through my head. Looking at the lines gives me a headache, just like it did when I was a child. I put on my glasses and the world returns to normal. Arcueid is staring at me intently. What? Is there something else?
No, that's not it. You can't see the lines if you put those glasses on?
Yeah. I got them from someone a long time ago, when my eyes first became like this. I'm only using the lenses now, but thanks to them I can lead a normal life.
Yes, I see. No matter how strong a mind you have, your only choices when faced with death all the time would be to put out your eyes or go mad.
Saying that, Arcueid comes closer.
Hey, can I take a look at them?
No, these are important to me. I'm not handing them over to you.
Come on, I'm not gonna break them. I'm just gonna look at them.
Arcueid creeps closer. I get the feeling she wouldn't be averse to getting them by force. Okay, and this is the last choice that I'll make before I cut this recording short because my damn cat wants my attention. Thank you so much for watching. As always, my name is Saphir Leone. Take care of yourselves. Yep, take care of yourselves and stay safe. Man, I botched that.